Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Good day. I'm Olumayowa Joseph Iyanda. Can you hear me? All right. I am presenting on enhancing lowland rice physiology with integrated nitrogen nutrient sources in Nigeria's derived savannah agroecology. Next slide, please. Rice is of great importance, not only as a dietary or staple crop, but also as a beneficial crop to Nigeria. Nigeria happens to be in the West African region of Africa in the world as a large. Rice enhances food security, economic impact, and import substitution, as well as has a nutritional value. Looking at that slide 1, we have the map of Nigeria over there, and the significance of this study on derived savannah agroecology. You can see on that map we have a green portion from below to the second portion. So derived savannah is a transitory zone where we are moving from rainforest ecology to grassland. That makes this to be a rich agricultural potential for rice production. However, it has its challenges and opportunities. That is, derived savannah ecology holds the promise to enhance rice production in Nigeria, which in turn can address food security and boost the economy, as well as improve the well-being of the world as a whole. Next slide, please. Thank you. The research objectives of this study is to investigate the current nitrogen management practices in lowland rice cultivation, to explore the physiological mechanism underlying rice responses to different nitrogen sources, and to provide recommendations for optimizing nitrogen management for sustainable rice production. Next slide. Thank you. The study area, we have this experimental design to be randomized complete plot design, and it is a treatment group having traditional fertilization, where we have the application of the regular NPK and integrated nutrient sources from poultry manure, as well as NPK combination together at different proportion and rates, and the control, which we have the no nitrogen, as well as the plot layout, where we have the 5 by 4 meters, and the treatment, the design was replicated 3 times. We have 36 experimental units. Data were collected on soil samples were collected from each plot to assess the initial soil nutrients. The nitrogen source, which is poultry manure, was gotten from the College of Animal Science in the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, in Nigeria, in the year 2017, 2018, and 2019, respectively. And physiological measurements were taken on the nutrient uptake, physiological efficiencies, and nutrient efficiencies. And the data were analyzed using GenStat and subjected to analysis of variance to separate the means as significant level of 5%. Next slide, please. Nitrogen management in lowland rice. There are different common management practices in nitrogen in this part of the world, Nigeria. We have the use of NPK 1515, which was utilized in this research, and then we have the use of poultry manure as well. There are challenges facing traditional nitrogen utilization in terms of the cost and in terms of the environmental impact. When we are talking of the climate change, where we have to be conscious of climate activities that is undergoing, whereby we need to combine these three factors on the triangle for sustainable agriculture when we are taking action of against climate change and global warming, where economic aspect is important as well as the environment, equally the human well-being. Next slide, please. Integrated nutrient sources involves the combination of nitrogen. From that layout, we have the organic manure and the synthetic fertilizer. There are advantages that surround that encompasses this use of integrated nutrient management. And one of the importance is that we are able to enhance the effectiveness, enhance crop growth, the yield and environmental sustainability for more resilient, sustainable agriculture. Next slide, please. Thank you. This table 1 shows the effect of nitrogen sources, integrated nitrogen sources on physiological parameters, and it was observed that when there was significant effect for the recovery efficiency of applied nutrients in the year 2017 when this study was undertaken, where Nerica L34, which was one of the varieties planted that performed better than Nerica 3, advanced rice in Africa. And the nutrient sources also was highly significant in the year 2017, where the physiological efficiency was very high for 100 kg nitrogen per hectare for the organic sources from this data. Next slide, please. Okay. Table 2 shows the physiological mechanisms where the nitrogen uptake was significant in the year 2019 when inorganic fertilizer was combined with organic fertilizer at the rate of 75 kg nitrogen for inorganic and 25 kg nitrogen for organic, where we have the highest nitrogen uptake for this rate. This implies that the slow releasing ability of the organic manure, which is the poultry manure applied, and the optimum utilization uptake of the inorganic fertilizer enhances the nitrogen uptake, ensuring that there is productivity for the maize rice crop that was cultivated in the year 2017. Next slide, please. Thank you. Yeah, there are recommendations. The recommendations is that we have organic fertilizer and synthetic fertilizer. Which is better? Do we need to combine the two? Yes, we need to combine the two. We are studying the application of and organic source 25 kg of nitrogen productivity. Change on sustainable development goals. So it's being tackled and there is a balance for sustainable practices in rice production in Nigeria. Next slide, please. Future research can be undertaken by looking at the long-term effects of nitrogen nutrient sources on soil fertility and rice quality. And the key finding is that we have Nerica L34, which is a long grain, can enhance more cultivation of rice in Nigeria's derived agroecology, and also adopting integrated nitrogen management practices by taking in 75 kg nitrogen as well as 25 kg, combining it together of organic, we enhance sustainable agriculture. Next slide, please. Next slide, please.